Imagine a world where the line between man and monster is blurred by blood, curse, and ancient magic. You are Kane, a warrior bound by a fate darker than death, navigating a landscape where the supernatural preys on the weak and only the ruthless survive. But now you face a threat that strips away your humanity, forcing you to confront the beast within before it consumes you entirely. Welcome to Kane Unmanned, the fifth brutal, atmospheric, and action-packed installment in Dick Wybrow's Wolfwere series. If you love cursed warrior tropes, dark fantasy horror, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a legendary hero tear through supernatural enemies with brute force and arcane knowledge, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in sword and sorcery fiction, blending the visceral terror of the undead with the unapologetic grit of a warrior who refuses to be tamed. The narrative kicks off with Kane facing a new, more insidious enemy that seeks to exploit his curse rather than just destroy him. The atmosphere is thick with the smell of blood and decay, the whisper of ancient curses, and the creeping dread of knowing that every shadow could hide a monster that feeds on fear. Wybrow excels at capturing the psychological toll of eternal struggle, making every battle, every betrayal, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble, where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of one's soul. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular internal conflict trope and the brilliant dark magic combat dynamic. This isn't just about swinging a sword, it's about navigating a web of deceit, outmaneuvering rivals who have superior magical resources, and using human ingenuity to turn a disadvantage into a weapon. Watching Kane reverse-engineer enemy spells, forge uneasy alliances with former foes, and completely shock arrogant sorcerers with his stubborn refusal to quit is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat to life, making the roar of beasts, the shudder of impact, and the frantic chatter of the bridge crew feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular explosions and the sci-fi mechanics, the soul of Wolfwere lies in its characters and the heavy burden of trust. Kane isn't just a soldier, he is a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of leadership when the foundation of their command has been shaken. The emotional anchor of the story is the fierce, unbreakable bond between the remaining loyal crew members, a found family bound by shared trauma and a commitment to seeing the mission through. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet, desperate conversations in the mess hall feel as impactful as the explosive sector-wide battles. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. The awakened threat launches a massive, coordinated strike to crush the resistance once and for all, forcing the protagonist into a desperate, high-stakes confrontation. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming firepower, and raw, unbridled courage. The protagonist must use every hidden trick, every overloaded reactor, and every ounce of their combined experience to break the enemy's formation and expose the truth. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive paradigm-shifting victory that proves humanity's greatest weapon isn't its technology, it's its resilience in the face of deception. Kane Unmanned is a triumph of the military space opera genre. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically epic. Dick Wybrow has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog rising to the top. Plug in your headphones, check your sensors, and join the crew. The galaxy is vast and dangerous, but they're here to stay.